Greetings and welcome back. Thank you for stopping by and tuning in to another episode of our commercial aquaponics journey. And so we had last couple days, I found out that I was overfeeding the fish, and then they basically got the water quality way too bad. And then in that I lost about 90% of the fish that were here. 45 count to be more exact. I think it was about 40 because I had already lost a few before that. So what I did was I have the 5 the survivors that I moved upstairs right there. I have an aquarium there that I built a smaller single flow aquaponics over there, which it's kind of going well since it's a lot smaller. It's a 55-gallon aquarium. It has one small media bed for the filtration, and I just put in some PVC to kind of do a hybrid, kind of like an NFT deep water culture sort of thing. So I need to transplant some of the plants I have up there and put them in the system. So for the outside, what I've been working on was to open up the top, so now I can see what's going on instead of just putting in the food and hoping that they eat, which it was a rookie mistake, and I knew that I needed to do something about it. I've already had the plexiglass that I'm gonna also put a window here so I can see towards the bottom here, so I can see what's going on. And I just opened that one as well, and that's the same plan. I knew I needed to address it, but then I was just really busy with work and other life things, and I just didn't get to it fast enough. I did end up losing about probably over 1,000 liters of water. So gladly rained last night, which filled the sump tank completely, which was empty. I did have a system leak that I need to figure out what's going on, because I couldn't see any type of water marks on the frame, but there were water everywhere, and I did lose all of my sump tank, so I have no clue what happened there. And so far it looks fine, even though the bottom is all wet. There is no water marks around like this at the base, so this is kind of tricky. I'm hoping that it was a fluke, and my guess would be that the media beds were overflowing, and then hopefully that won't happen again. They're finally reaching a sizable for a salad over here, which they have been here for 6 weeks maybe. So they've gone through overheating, through lack of water, and probably lack of nutrients because there weren't enough fish. So they're finally growing. I have cilantro growing here, which is meant to be for a restaurant order, but they're getting too cold. They're finally getting their their grown leaves right there. So that's exciting, but I don't think this is gonna work, because I hoped to have this kind of sitting on over here at this media bed, and then like comes up, fills the bottom, and then kind of like get enough water that way. But they end up getting way too much water in there, so I wasn't thrilled with that. So I think I'm kind of just gonna bite the bullet and buy more of the Hydroton. They're little, they're kind of a good investment. They last forever, but they are a good upfront monetary value of it. And then now the temperatures are also getting cold inside, so during the night it's getting to the 50s or like 10 degrees Celsius pretty much. So that is also not good, which I'm working on having a rocket mass heater put in through here. One of the ideas is to maybe dig a ditch over here on the hallway all the way throughout, and having the smoke run through the whole thing. and not only pump hot air, but then like heated hot air that uses the thermal mass from the water to heat the atmosphere, but then heat the mass underground. So it's still working on it. I just kind of stumbled up on it from the almighty YouTube. So that was very fortunate, since I'm starting to do some research how to hit this up, because now that I kind of had the fish going, I don't have a good temperature for growth. So my Thai basil is doing okay, but I was doing some research. They germinated well, but they probably won't be too great because it's getting too cold at night, so they kind of go dormant. They go a little dormant at night, sort of, because it's just too cold for them. We'll see how that goes. And that's it. I mean, it's kind of one of the longer updates. And if you stick through it this far, I would much appreciate if you liked, if you're having fun, if it's your second, third time around. It'd be awesome if you subscribe, and so you can get notifications for the future updates. And hopefully I'll get the plumbing done in the next couple weeks, and the system can get going as far as plumbing, and then I will start working on the heating. And then once the heating is stable, I'll probably try to get some fish back here and then get it at full speed. So stay tuned for the next steps, and thank you. See you in the next time. Bye bye.